मैडम मीटिंग है।
Yes. So going through the general rules that we have, firstly, parents, parents and guardians are requested to be available on the phone while your child is at school. You must have somebody that we can contact throughout. Very often we have both parents working, and sometimes when we need to connect with you in case of an emergency, it's really hard for us to get through to you. So in case you are not available, please make sure that you have somebody that we can contact, even if it's a grandparent or a relative or some guardian. We must have that number so that the child can be picked up in case of any emergency, or even during a heavy downpour with rain or anything where we might shorten the school hours. Please be respectful of the authority of all teachers and staff members of the school. So sometimes you may have an issue with the class teacher or something, especially when your child first joins at Harmony, or if they're just entering into the primary program. So during the settling phase, sometimes it is hard because the teachers keep them for a shorter time and you're not fully adapted to the rules of the primary. So it can be tough on a parent. However, we request you to please, at all given points of time, there is a proper way of communication. You can communicate via email, or you can also write into Bina or Ami or myself. We will share that with you, those details a bit later into this orientation. But please do not have any sort of argument or try to dominate the teachers at the door, especially in the presence of your children, because that sets up the way they behave with the teacher for the year. They might feel that the teacher is somebody that can be disrespected, and it will be harder for them to learn from this adult in those cases. So please be absolutely respectful at all times to the teachers. There are other ways in case there is any information that you need to communicate with us. Please leave 3 sets of clothes in school and in a cloth bag. Kindly send an extra bag for the soiled clothes to be sent home. If your child uses diapers, please make sure that we have a few extra diapers in addition to the spare clothes. Every item of clothing must be labeled. The school will not be held responsible for lost items like water bottles, shoes, raincoats, snack boxes, etc. Please do not send any toys, money, jewelry, or any valuable items to school. It is not just about them losing it, but sometimes when children wear, a chain with a little medallion of a particular god or something, children at this stage also sometimes tend to chew on their t-shirts and trinkets that they wear. So it could be a choking hazard as well, other than just losing it. The school will not be responsible for the loss or damage of any such items. If your child brings home any material that you cannot identify, please check with the adults at school before disposing it, as it could be an important part of the Montessori equipment. So we have a lot of tiny material that the children get very fascinated by. And sometimes because they find it hard to explain their work to you at home, because they don't really know how to describe all the concrete material, they tend to pick up some of the material, and their intention is purely just to show it to you because they're very excited about learning about it. But so in no way are they trying to steal or anything. They're too young. So please don't reprimand them. Just bring the material back to school so that we can let you know if it's part of our class material. The teachers will not distribute birthday party invites, and the school policy does not permit our teachers to attend any functions or parties of the child currently attending the school. So we don't mean to be rude, but we won't be accepting any birthday party invitations. Religion is treated as a cultural activity, and all festivals are celebrated at school. We don't teach religion in any way, but we do celebrate most of the festivals that we have. Now, we also have home visits. So we have a few people physically present with us, and then we also have all of you who are attending on Zoom. So I might be looking here and there, so please bear with that. So for children who are starting school for the first time, especially if the child is under 2.6 years of age, the separation from the home environment can be pretty challenging. So in order to facilitate a smooth and gentle transition into the classroom, we might have a home visit for the child. Now, this is purely to sort of ease the child and make them comfortable when they come into the classroom. It's allowing us to visit you in your comfort zone. And the child, when they first see us in their safe space, they feel that we are a friend of the parent, and it makes it more comfortable when they finally come into the classroom and we seem familiar. It also helps us to get to know the child better, because if we know the people who are in your home environment, for example, if it's a nuclear family or a joint family, or if you have pets or something, the teacher has makes a note of that. And when your child comes in for settling, we can talk to them about that. So even though your child may not be so comfortable to have a long chat with us, they feel that, okay, this person in my classroom who's going to be my teacher knows so much about me, and she seems to know my parents, my family, and they feel more secure when they see this happen. Of course, for many, if there are any children who are older, say a 3-year-old child or something, we may not do this. Or if they're coming from our own toddlers and transitioning to primary, then they already have met the teachers and the transition is internal. So we don't need to do the home visit. With regard to pick up and drop, now, especially for settling children who are absolutely new to Harmony, parents are requested not to stop and park their vehicles in the parking spaces reserved for Harmony staff. So at the gate, you will drop your child, and we request parents that when you drop your child, I know the monsoons are going on right now. Sometimes it's quite challenging because it's pouring with rain and you're trying to get the child out of the car. But please make sure that the child steps out of the car in their rain gear, and there is one person to bring the child, to the gate and hand them over to the teacher. And your car should not be waiting or hanging around outside the gate. You can ask your drivers or whoever's the person driving to move the car, take a full round, and then come back to pick you up. If you are, because when they're settling, you will be dropping them to the class.
Come, why are you watching this? Let's play.
Sorry, we can answer your questions later. Meena?
Yeah. We're just keeping everyone on mute right now, and we will take all the questions at the end. So just make sure you make a note of your question. So you can drop the child to the classroom only in that settling phase when they're coming in for a shorter time, because the pick up and drop at that time will be from the classroom itself. But once they are settled, you will drop them at the gate and pick them up at the gate when they're staying the full hours or so.
In the primary class.
In the primary, yeah.
Those who are settling, between toddler and primary, they will be spending the balance time in the toddler class.
Yes. Okay, parents and guardians must strictly follow the timings and instructions given by the teacher for all settling children. So if you are called at a particular time, for example, if it's an absolutely new child and the teacher says, if your timing is say from 9 to 12, but you're told to come at 10:15, this will be discussed with you, so you will know this in advance, and make sure your child is there at that time. Avoid being late, because the teacher usually has called the child into the classroom at a time when they can give them that one-on-one attention. And there may be extracurricular teachers in the classroom to help with the other children, and your teacher has this undivided attention to give to your child. Please, when you settle the child in the class, so on the first 3 days or 2 days that you bring your child to school, if they are an absolutely new child to Harmony, you will sit inside the classroom with your child. Now, during this time, you will be asked to be just an observer. You'll be given a corner or some area of the classroom to sit in. You will bring with you a book that you can read. No iPads, no phones, no gadgets are allowed. The teacher will try and engage your child into some of the activities. At this point of time, because your child may be new and settling, they might naturally sit or gravitate towards you and be very close to you. But please don't really interact with the child. You can just nod or smile if they show you some work that they're doing. Allow for the teacher to sort of take over, because after those 2 days, we will be asking you to step out of the classroom and wait outside while the teacher will be working with your child. Now, again, on the day that you are asked to wait outside, which is after the first couple of days or 3 days, depending on what the teacher sees fit, you will have to wait outside the classroom. You will be given a spot to wait or told where to wait. And you will also be given a fixed timing as to when to come in and pick up the child, or approximately when the child will be handed over to you. You must not move from that position, because in case for any reason the teacher decides to tell the child, yes, I told you your mama's waiting, do you want to have a peep or something? They need to see you there, because they need to trust that if you've told them that you're waiting outside, that you are there. And if the teacher has said the same thing, you are definitely there. No sneaking out and moving out. Once the child is probably settled for about an hour or so, or 45 minutes, the teacher may ask you or tell you that you can step out and come back in as and when your child finishes school. Yes, to facilitate settling down quickly at school, regular attendance and consistency is really important. And also, it is preferable that the adult picking and dropping the child is consistent as well. Punctuality is very important. So you must have your child to school on time, as their late entry will disrupt the class and often affect your child's routine as well. Ensure that you are on time every day to pick up your child. Your child definitely does not like to be the last one picked up from the class or kept back when all their friends have gone away. And this stays true even for field trips, picnics, etc. that we may have. So once the child is settled, you will pick them and drop them at the gate, fully settled. Now you will drop your child to school for the primary, unlike the toddlers, where we do allow for more flexibility in their coming sometimes late or anything. At the primary, their work cycle is extremely important. So once your child is settled at school, this is for children who are absolutely new to Harmony. For those transitioning from the toddler program, the teachers, of course, have that internal balance, which your child will spend part-time in the toddlers and part-time in the primary. But once your child is fully settled, so this is for child transitioning from Harmony or a child completely new to Harmony. Once they're staying there full time, you must drop your child to school at the start time of their class. So if it is 8:45, if that's your class timing, then between 8:40 to 8:45 is when the teachers would be waiting down. So you will drop them at the gate. A teacher will take them into the class, gather them all down, and then take them up either in the lift or walk them up the stairs to the classrooms. If your class timing is 9, then from 8:55 to 9, the teachers would be waiting down. If it is 9:15, we do have a 9:15 class as well, then between 9:10 and 9:15, there will be a teacher waiting down. Now, this is also going to help you to ease the traffic outside. So please do not keep your cars parked outside under any circumstance. You must keep the traffic moving, as well it really causes havoc outside. Now, if for any reason your child doesn't make it to school at their proper class timing, that is by 8:45 or by 9 or by 9:15, the next entry point in the primary will be only an hour later than their class timing. So for a class that is starting at 8:45, if they are late beyond that timing, then the next entry point is between 9:45 and 9:50 a.m. Again, that's only a 5-minute window period after an hour. If the class starts at 9, it is between 10 and 10:05 that they can do that next late timing. And if it is at 9:15, then it will be between 10:15 and 10:20, they have to be dropped in case they didn't get in on time into their class. Now, we don't have a waiting space or a waiting area for, especially during the monsoons. There's nothing that place here that we can keep the child. So you will have to either take the child with you, keep them somewhere, and then bring them back after this 1 hour. So please be on time with your children once they are settled. We are very strict about this rule, and take into account that Bombay has traffic jams, we have bad roads, monsoons, everything. So leave accordingly.
Also, the first hour in a primary class is very important, and it helps the children to develop concentration. So that first hour should be totally uninterrupted. So Montessori has given a lot of pressure on this important 1 hour. So the purpose of having them on time is this, that we cannot, because each time a late comer enters, all the good children get up from whatever they are doing to greet that child. The late entry, I mean, they feel very important because everybody leaves their work, but it disrupts the concentration.
For settling children who obviously have a shorter or a slightly different timing, you will come to class, they will come to class as per the timing shared with the parent. So the teachers will send you an email saying this is the time your child needs to come in, when they're coming only for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, till they eventually reach the 3 hours. Please be, follow those timings with great vigilance so that you know that you're not disrupting the classroom in any way. For late pickups, if you are likely to be late, please inform the school by calling on the school branch number at the earliest. So that number will be shared to you via an email that you will receive probably at the end of today, or may have already been sent to you by your class teachers. With regard to dress code, the children must be dressed in appropriate, comfortable clothes for school. Please pin a napkin using a double lock nappy pin only on the t-shirt if required. So if you feel that they have a slightly runny nose, or if with the air conditioning, they tend to get a sniffle or something, you must pin that napkin on the back of the t-shirt. Yes, the hair must be tied up neatly, the nails must be cut regularly, and please do not apply any nail polish or makeup. For field trips, please send them in their white Harmony t-shirt. So we will let you know when these t-shirts are ready and you can pick them up from the school office. For school outings, you will also send them with a labeled water bottle with strap. So the school outings usually happen only when the weather is good. So unlike the toddlers where the parents accompany the children for the field trip, at the primary program, the children will be going with their teachers. Only in rare instances, if we feel the child is very unsettled or something, we might ask for a parent or a guardian to come with a particular child. At this point of time, of course, the children are encouraged to be as independent as possible. So that labeled water bottle with a strap is something they will be carrying. So make sure you have that, no pet bottles and things like that, because the children want to have their hands free during the picnic or field trip. With regards to communication between the home and school, you may communicate with the teachers via the class email ID. So we have names for different classrooms like courage or compassion, love, divine grace, abundance, consciousness, etc. So you will get a class email ID that has probably one of these names in that ID, and that is your classroom. So you must correspond only using that proper channel of an email. If you would like to leave a message for the teachers during class hours, now please remember teachers are not checking their emails at all during the school hours. You may call on the school branch number. So in case you're late or there's some emergency or a change in the pickup or something, you call on the school branch number, and you can also follow it up with an email so that the teacher has it on record for later. You may communicate with the management via the office email ID, which is office@harmonymontessori.co.in. That will also be shared with you. If you need to inform the teacher of the class about any physical pain or ache your child may be experiencing, or any event that might cause your child to be upset, kindly send a written note to the school or send an email to the class ID between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. the day before. So after 6 p.m. In the evening, no teacher will be checking their email. The next time they will probably check their email is only around between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. So ideally, if there's any important information to be shared, for example, even if you cannot bring snack or anything for any reason, the previous day before 6 p.m. is the best time to do it if you know in advance. Do not discuss this with the, if they do have an ache or pain or any issue, please do not discuss this with the adults in front of the child, as they tend to act up or become preoccupied with it and are often unable to work or participate in school activities. So sometimes it could be something as simple as your child not using the washroom in the morning and you feel they may want to use it during the school hours. So all you need to do is write on a piece of paper, just send a written note, which your child themselves can hand over to the teacher. You don't need to say this in front of the child. So otherwise, if when you're handing your child to the teacher, if you say something like, I think he or she will need to use the washroom in the morning, your child may choose not to do work and just hover around outside the washroom of the class saying that, no, I might need to use, I need to go, etc. So just send us that written note and the teachers will definitely be mindful of everything and take care of it. Introduce the teachers of the class to any new nanny or relative or guardian who may pick and drop the child. If there is a change in the designated person picking up the child from school, parents must provide via email the authorization, including the name and a photograph of the authorized individual. Additionally, the person must present a valid identification upon arrival for verification. So even if it's a family member and say the usual people picking up the child are just the parents or a nanny. And in case of an emergency, you have a grandparent or any other adult picking up the child. Now, we need that on email with a photograph of them saying that so-and-so person is authorized to pick up my child. And when that person comes to pick up the child, they must have some sort of ID with them to show that they are that person. For us, even though the child may recognize, for example, say if they recognize the grandparent, but this is not the person that has been regularly coming to the school to pick up the child, we will not hand them over without identification. So please be very mindful of this if there is any change. If you would like to get in touch with your class teachers for some class-related queries, you can email them on their class email ID. In case you would like to talk to them for further clarity, they can set up a time slot for a phone call. In case you would like to meet them to discuss any concerns, please share a request for the same on email as well. They shall set up a meeting as soon as possible to assist you. So sometimes, you might want to chat with the teachers or know something, say your child has come home feeling a bit unwell or with a rash or something, and you feel you need to clarify something, or maybe they've got a stomach upset and you want to know what they've eaten at school. Now, this is not information that we share with you on a day-to-day basis. Send us an email and you can always tell us on the email that you would like to get on a phone call if you feel it's something that you definitely need an answer to immediately. And the teachers will try and get on a call and be in touch with you. If you feel there is something that you would like to discuss that is, some really causing you some sort of anxiety, please write into the school to the class email ID and ask for a meeting with the teachers. They will try and give you one as soon as they can. Usually they will give it to you at a timing either post school hours or just before, or when they feel there is an extracurricular teacher in the classroom so that one of the teachers can step down and attend to any of your anxieties or queries. But please be mindful that this may not happen immediately the next day, because sometimes we need things to work out and there may be teachers absent. We have a lot of teachers traveling from quite far. So even during the monsoons and things, we might sometimes need extra hands in the classroom. So you might need to wait a day or two, but be sure that somebody will attend to you at the end, but before it gets too much. Parents who have suggestions, feedbacks, complaints, or anything that you may need to discuss, you can also make an appointment with Mrs. Beena Parekh or Mrs. Ami Bhuta or myself, Tanya. Please contact the staff only via email between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. We said that already. Now for snacks, each classroom has a snack duty list that is put up usually outside your class and is also mailed to you. Now, parents have a snack turn that will come in the primary because of the number of children being around 25 to 30. It will usually come just once a month. You must check your snack turn regularly. In case you cannot bring snacks on a particular day, you can swap with another parent. Parents usually sort of form some sort of WhatsApp group on their own, and you can be added to that. So you'll have the numbers of other parents and you can swap your turn. In case you cannot bring snack on any particular day, you need to let us know in advance and if you've been unable to swap. So we can arrange for snacks and we will charge you rupees 3,000 for the same. All snack must be freshly prepared, healthy and sufficient. And you must ensure that the snack, along with the fruits and other food preparation items, are brought to school at your child's start timing. So we usually give the child a snack on once they are fairly settled and coming in more or less at the regular time. So snack must be brought to school on time. So if your class timing is 8:45, you will bring the fruit and the meal that you're supposed to at that time. We don't want the bell, any interruptions during class hours. With regard to illness and medication, please refrain from sending your child to school if they are in any way unwell. If your child is unable to attend school for over 3 days, you may write into your teacher via email, and you must let us also present a doctor's certificate before they resume school. As well as if you are giving them home remedies, please mention to us the symptoms that your child has had and also what kind of home remedies you've been giving to the child or any home medication that you've given. If your child is unwell at school, so if we realize that your child has a fever of over 100, we will call you and ask you to pick them up from school. The child will be allowed to resume school provided the email. This is now in case they've been absent for a few days. We will allow the child to resume school only if we have an email telling us that my child is now okay and recovered, along with the doctor's certificate, and it should reach us before 6 p.m. the previous day. Because that's when we would see it. Because in case you haven't sent an email, we will not allow the child to come in because of the security of other children falling ill. If your child has any allergy, please inform the class teachers. And in the case of head lice, please notify your child's class teacher to prevent further spread. Make sure that your child's hair is properly treated with the required medication. And please do not send the child to school until their hair is lice and nit free. So sometimes we have an argument between the parent and the child, the teacher saying that there are no lice, there is just nits. And under any circumstance, we will not allow, because children work very closely together, especially at the primary when they're becoming more social, unlike the toddlers where they are often in individual, work. They do tend to sit quite close to each other. They give each other a hug. They comfort each other in times of stress. So very often they are in physical contact. So it makes it very important that, we are very, very strict about rules like lice, about children having hand, foot, and mouth, or any other communicable, disease or illness. We will ask you to keep them at home. With regard to injury and accidents, please be assured that if your child has a minor accident in school, they will be given first aid. Our teachers are all first aid trained, and they will administer the appropriate treatment when required. But we do not take responsibility for accidents or injuries that may occur during the school hours. This includes field trips, sports, cooking, etc. Now, if your child has any minor accident or injury at school, we will immediately call you, and we will also, for our records, have an accident report that we fill out and we hand it over to you as well, which will let us know.
We email.
We email it. Okay, sorry. Now it's via soft copy. So we will email it to you mentioning the time that your child got injured and the treatment that they were given, how they were comforted, etc. You will get that in detail. As I said, please be rest assured that our teachers are very caring and very gentle, and we have enough people helping them. If for any reason there is a chance that there is an injury that is quite bad, we will first call you up for sure. But if we feel they need to be rushed to a hospital, we have a list of hospitals with these branches in Khar and Santa Cruz. It's Surya Nursing Home or Surya Hospital or Shruti Nursing Home. And we will take them there to save time in case you are at work and it's taking time for you to come, etc. And we see that the child needs to be attended to immediately. We have not really had incidents like this, but this is something that all schools need to have some sort of protocol in place, which is why we have this. With regard to feedback on the child's progress, evaluation and open house will be held midterm and at the year end. The school will not alter the schedule once set. Parents will be given a written report only at the year-end open house. If you're unable to make it, your child's report may be collected from the school office. So the midterm open house is a discussion. You will be invited and the teachers will have a chat with you and let you know how your child's doing. But we don't have a physical copy that's given to you. But this will be given to you at the end of the year. We will give you, a write-up, a proper write-up, which you can keep with you telling you about your child and their progress. And in case your child is applying to any other school, if they've been here for a while and they're not continuing with us at the elementary once, after finishing the primary program, and you need anything like a school leaving certificate or a report, please let us know at least like 10 days in advance. Give us a written email saying that you need these documents so that they can be prepared, because especially most of these admissions and things happen not during the end of the year, when our teachers are busy preparing these. So we don't have them ready. So they might need it in March and the school is ending only in June or so. So please put in a request so that we can have all the documents ready and given to you when you need it, well in time to when you need it. All right, so I think we've gone through most of the things. If there are any questions, we can take questions, or if there's anything.
Yeah. And if you're traveling, and that's why if your child is not coming, we may assume, if you have not informed us, that the child is unwell. So please inform us so that we don't ask for a medical certificate.
Yes. Any questions? It's either 8:45 or 9 to check. It's consciousness.
What to do. We again.
Are there any questions?
Last one, so I'll just tell you.
If any of you have any questions, please ask us right now. You can unmute them.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Those online. Yeah. Now the yes.
During the webinar, you just told that she will be transitioning to the primary but there's no formal communication. So she will continue with the toddler.
You have to drop her to the toddler class, and gradually they transition.
Because on the month and a half she was transitioning, but we didn't get any
So
formal
they must have told you to go straight to primary when you
Because
resume.
at open house, we were told that once they start, then she'll be transitioning there.
Oh,
But there's
alright.
no formal communication.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it
and you have
happened.
not been introduced to teachers.
No.
So you have to drop her to toddler class.
So gradually once she starts spending more time in the primary class, then the handover meeting will happen.
Oh.
And then you will be introduced to the teachers, and then you will start receiving emails from the new class, the primary class.
Oh.
Through them. Okay, okay. Oh,
So
alright.
she mailed to the school and we got the.
Okay, okay.
Understood.
All right, because they will not read.
Yes.
Yes, so you write us an email.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
Not necessary.
Not
So in case
necessary.
you haven't taken, there was a question about the doctor's certificate. So in case you haven't taken your child to see a doctor, you probably just had a phone call or you followed some home remedies, please send us an email letting us know what you did at home, the symptoms that the child experienced and the kind of medication that you gave the child at home, even if it's for those of you who don't use allopathic medicines or anything.
Yeah, and
Just
doctors,
make
they
sure
discourage, when it's a small thing, doctors also discourage us to take them to the doctor because.
Just make sure we have this email letting us know that the child is better before 6 p.m. on the previous day. So in case the teacher feels that, she needs the doctor's certificate in case of, if the child has been really unwell, or if it's something like hand, foot and mouth or something where,
Yeah.
we feel that the child usually takes about, say, 8 to 10 days to recover, but you're sending the child home in back to us in 3 or 5 days or so.
Yeah.
The teacher might insist on something. So if the mail comes to us before, then it'll prevent any confusion in the morning when you hand over the child. So the teacher would have had time to connect with you or let you know if there's any change or any additional information they need from you.
It's just a protocol we have to follow because, teachers are responsible that if one child I allow, then my child got it, they are answering them. So if we have certificate, they can say, it, but mother told us that child is fit to attend, so we allow. So that we have to follow. That's why at the entrance when teachers are asking, they become why, and I'm telling you, but that's why we put it in a rule that please provide that so that we don't want to fall into the arguments and we are just not doing favor to anyone. Yeah.
Okay. If
Please
there are,
come in, please come.
in
Please
case
come.
there are no more questions, we have the teachers from each of the classrooms here. So I will just turn the laptop in a way that you'll be able to see all of them and they will just come and introduce themselves. So they will mention their name and maybe say hello to you and let you know their class name or the class that they're teaching in. So you would have that information as well. So you may not remember everyone's names, but at least make note of the names of your class teachers.
Hi, I am Sheetal and I am in Divine Grace along with Payal.
That's
Difficult to, yeah, okay, we'll pass it on. Yeah.
Okay, hi, I'm Asha. I'll be in the abundance classroom with Sneha and Zoe.
Hi, I am Payal and I'll be working with Divine Grace.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I'll be in abundance with
Hi, I'm Sneha and I'll be in abundance with Asha.
Hi, I'm Shivangi and I'll be working in Neelandani.
Hi, I'm Beverly and I'll
Love
be
class.
working with Shivangi in Love.
Hi, I'm Kashma. I'll be working in consciousness with Ushmita auntie and Tanya auntie.
Hi, I'm Marzia. I'll be working in Courage. Hi, I'm Bhageshri. I'll be working in Courage.
Hi, I'm Tika and I'll be working in Courage. The teachers, please introduce yourselves and mention the class name.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Ushmit and I'm working in consciousness.
Hi, I'm Chantal Auntie and I'm working in Divine Grace.
Hi, I'm Seher. I'm working in Divine Grace.
I am Danielle and I'm working in Compassion.
Hi, I'm Tanya and I work in consciousness.
Hi, I'm Paulami. I work in Compassion.
Hi, I'm Garishma. I'm going to work in Compassion.
They are ready that the child will come straight there or the transition, still transitioning is going on. Yes.
No
Even if not
questions.
shifted to-
There are no questions.
Because they haven't received this.
Okay, so you will receive, I think all you have received probably till now is the orientation email. There will be some emails that will follow up, which will let you know, there will be a welcome, there'll be your snack duty list and menu rules and regulations, which will be sending you a soft copy of what we've just discussed. And the school planner, holiday list, etc., will be all sent to you shortly. I mean, in this week, before your children join. So I think we all start on the 24th for the primary and toddlers. So primary parents, please be mindful of all these rules. Go through it as soon as you receive them. And please be respectful, as I said, of all the staff. I know settling can be tricky when you just join, but let the whole experience that you have at Harmony be a smooth and happy one. So
Yeah, we will be giving a lunch bag once they start staying for lunchtime. When they eat at school, their lunch, then please send their lunch only in that bag because we have shortage of space, storage space in the classroom. And children tend to bring very large sized bags. It's difficult to accommodate everybody's bags. Thank you.
all right.
Any questions? Just check.
Any more
No,
questions?
they've written no questions. Quite a few.
All
have
right. So I
left
think
already.
we'll end it here then. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll say bye and see you at school.
Bye.